my wife and I had reduced our life down to one job. We had had now some kids, and two kids, I think, and she wasn't working, so money was a bit tighter. And you go from a double income, no kid dink to a to now one income and kids and more mouths to feed. And that meant that I honestly had very little wiggle room when it came to style. Style was going very quickly down the drain. And images of my parents were flashing before me. But what can you do? So I saved up some money because I had a problem. I had three pairs of shoes. I had a pair of sneakers to run in. I had a pair of black shoes, for a little more dressy. And then I had to come everyday brown shoes. And that everyday brown shoes, they were horrific. I would look at them and I would just go, "Oh my goodness, I hate putting these on." And the reason why is because I knew where I bought them. I bought them off the sale rack at a place didn't want to go to, and they lived up to exactly what they should have done, and that is be crappy shoes. And so I saved up some money, and I made the plan. The next day I would go and get me some new shoes. And so I got really excited about it because the next day I would go to work, and then after work I would go get some shoes. And so I went to bed that night, and I tell people this is true. I went to bed, and three times in the night I woke up, and you wake up and then you suddenly go, "Oh yeah, I'm getting me some new shoes tomorrow." I was really excited about this. And in the morning I'm making my bed, I'm getting ready to go, and Susan says to me, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Or what are you doing today?" And I said, "Baby," and these are exact words. I said, "Baby, I'm getting me some new shoes." And so off to work I go. And I'm excited about it. I'm kind of like, God, help me to pick out the right shoes. I know it sounds so trivial, but it's true. This happened. And so I go to work and I have a basic work day, but a friend of mine comes to visit, and his name is Nico, and I probably shouldn't say that too much, but because he probably doesn't want that out there. But so my friend is going to meet me at the church. He serves as a pastor somewhere else, but he's like the kind of guy who's, he's like 6'3". He's got dreadlocks all the way down. He's got the leather jacket. He is the walking embodiment of cool. And so he shows up, and we're going to hang out for a little bit and talk and catch up, just general stuff. But at the very end of our conversation, he asked me a question. He says, "Hey, what size foot do you have?" And I remember thinking, who asked that question? Who says what size is your foot? But I obeyed and told him what size my foot was. He says, "Okay." And then we had more conversation. And then we were sitting in my office, I remember later, and all of a sudden he's on the other side of my desk, and I'm on this side of the desk, and there's open space underneath my desk, because all of a sudden I felt something hit me in the leg, and I looked down, and it was his shoe. And he says, and I looked up at him, and he says, "Hey man, try on my shoe," right? And I'm thinking, now that's just not cool, right? I'm not going to try on a shoe. But he goes, "No, no, no. I just bought them 2 weeks ago. They're almost brand new. Go ahead and try it on." So I tried it on, and he goes, "How is it?" I said, "Well, Mr. Salesman at Payless, they feel great, and it feels great." And so I sat down to take it off, and another shoe came over and hit me. He goes, "Here, take my shoes." And anybody's initial reaction was exactly what mine was. "No, no, yeah, I can't do that, etc." "And why are you doing that?" And he said, "Well, I just have one question for you. Why is it that in my 45-minute drive over here to see you, God kept telling me, 'Give Rob your shoes, give Rob your shoes, give Rob your shoes'?" And I looked at him, and that resistance was just suddenly dropped. And I looked at him, and I said, "Well, I guess maybe God wants you to give me your shoes." And I looked down at these perfect, new brown shoes. And I don't even think I could have picked out a pair that I liked more than what he had given me. And and I remember sitting in my office looking out the window as I watched him walk across that parking lot with just his socks on, and just walking out, and sitting there thinking, "Oh my goodness, God even cares about shoes." So that was my experience with the brown shoes.